Hey everyone, Jamie here from TechnicalCafe.com, and in this tutorial we're going to be talking about concatenation in PHP and how we can use it to join together different elements or variables within PHP. So let's take a look at our index.php file here, where we just have our opening and closing PHP tags, and let's go ahead and demonstrate what concatenation is. So let's create a variable and call it greeting, and within this variable we're going to store the string hello. Let's go ahead and now create another variable called name, and within this we're just going to put, I'm going to put my name, you can put your name, whatever you want in there. So let's say that we wanted to take these two strings here, this greeting and name variables, and we wanted to combine them into one string without actually taking this text and pasting it up here or something like that. So we can actually use what's called concatenation to do this. So let's go ahead and create a new variable. We'll call it full greeting. And what we're going to do is set this equal to the value of greeting, and then we're going to use the concatenation operator, which in PHP is a period or dot, and we're just going to add on the second variable, so name. And basically what this concatenation operator is doing is telling the PHP interpreter, join greeting with name. So let's go ahead and print out the value of this full greeting variable here. So let's echo that out and save this. And if we jump over here to Google Chrome, you'll notice that we have hello Jamie all put together in one string. The only thing that doesn't look right here is that there's no space between the hello and the name. So if we come back over here to Adam, one thing to note when you're doing concatenation is that one of these strings up here should have a space in it so that you don't have an awkward looking string. So if we were to put the space before the name here and come back over to Chrome and refresh, you'll notice that now the string looks a little bit better and is now grammatically correct. So if we come over here and do one more thing here, what you can do is you can actually concatenate right within the echo itself. So we can say greeting dot name, and we can cut out the variable here if the situation ever necessitates that. So you'll notice that we get the same thing. So let's say we wanted to go ahead and concatenate a number onto a string. So let's come over here and say number, and we'll set it equal to 10. If we wanted to concatenate that onto, let's say, this full greeting variable here, we can say greeting.name.number, and if we come over here and echo out the value of full greeting, what's going to happen? You'll notice that just like when we concatenated two strings, if we were to concatenate an integer, it just gets added on as if it were a part of the string. So let's go ahead and see what's going to happen if we wanted to concatenate two numbers together. So let's go ahead and say num1 and set that equal to 10. And let's create another variable called num2 and set that equal to 20. So let's go ahead and create yet a third variable and call it sum. And we're going to set that equal to num1 concatenated to num2. And what's going to happen is actually kind of interesting. Because these are two integers, when you concatenate them, they don't get added together to equal 30. What's actually going to happen is they're just going to get added together as if they were strings. And something to keep in mind when working with numbers is that they may be treated as integers in some situations, but for other functions and situations, they may be treated as strings. So just something to take note of depending on what you're doing. So let's go ahead and echo out the value of sum. And if we were to come over here to Chrome and give it a refresh, you'll notice that we have 1020. And one more thing to note here is that if we were to go ahead and add something to this sum value here, let's say, for example, the number 3, and then come over here and refresh, what you think might happen with that would be that you would get 1023, but actually what happens is the 3 gets added on to this concatenated string here and gives you 1023. And you can see here, even if we were to add another, I don't know, plus 50, and come over here and refresh, you get 1073. And just so we can see that the hundreds place changes as well, let's go ahead and add on 30 more. And you'll notice that that does change. This is now being treated as an integer instead of a string. So just something to keep in mind when you're working with concatenating numbers in strings together. So This is basically the premise of concatenation, so feel free to play around with it, maybe concatenate some numbers, some doubles with strings, things like that, and just have a little bit of fun with it. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.